Today I'm working on the junk journal spread, B is for Best Friends. Thanks for joining me. I'm Kizzy and I'm always glad you're here. I already have my paper bits cut out and ready to go, as you can see here. I have some cutouts from magazines and the bottom part of an old crossword puzzle. I also glued this quote about friends to the front of a pocket I made in my earlier Easy Pockets video. I can't wait to stick some treasures in there. I really like this pretty background paper, and I'm going to use that as my base. I also have this really pretty flower washi tape I'm going to use. I'm going to get it started so that when I'm ready for it, I don't struggle. I have my letters down here all ready to go. And I'm going to leave one side blank so I can do some journaling like I did on the page before it. I have my trusty sticky tape as always, but I'm also going to use the glue stick for the letters when I get to that part. Let's get right into this. I like the way that fits perfectly on the page. I didn't have to trim it down at all. This contrasting paper is going to go over it nicely. But I want the blooms to show, so I'm going to make it smaller. That looks nice. I chose best friends for B because my best friend and I have been friends since we were 12 years old, and that's a good long friendship. So this journal entry will be about her, and I'll probably put some small pictures of us inside the pocket. I'm going to use my little paper cutter that I got from the thrift store to make paper hearts out of this paper. I think that it'll look lovely on the opposite page. To make sure that they stick well, I'm going to use my glue stick for these smaller pieces, if I can get it open. Sometimes crafting is a struggle. There we go. That's looking nice. Oops, I was gluing my thumb there. I also get most of my paper from the craft thrift store. They sell it by the ounce. I like picking out pieces instead of having to buy an entire pack. Now I'm going to start stacking some of my smaller cutouts. I think best friends are hours of entertainment for sure. I want to use everything I have, but make sure I leave enough room too. These are the fun decisions we get to make. I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but that's okay. Now I can see where I want everything else to go. And last but not least, my pocket and quote. And I can still see some of the blooms, which will have the words over them, but that's okay too. Make sure my glue doesn't close anything off. Now for all these little letters. I really like magazine cutout letters, but I'm worried about when I get to Z because I haven't had a single mailer yet or magazine that with a Z big enough for me to cut out, or I haven't been looking hard enough. If you've stuck around for this long, I appreciate you. I'll continue going through the alphabet for this junk journal, but I'll also switch in December for Christmas, and I'll have some other videos I want to do that will be more than just sitting down to decorate pages. I hope you'll like and subscribe so that you can come back and join me. Whoops, did you see what I did there? Were you yelling at the screen for me to save the E? I'll admit that is something that is better about the glue stick, and that's being able to peel up the paper and replace it. With the sticky tape, I think it wouldn't have been so easy. But mistakes happen, and as I've said before, I'm not a perfectionist. There, spelling corrected. Now let's add this washi tape for some pretty pops of color. I'll tilt it so you can see the final result a little better. What do you think? I'm very happy with the way it turned out. Thank you again for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next video.